Hi guys, in continuation of our series on variation, today I'm going to be looking at joint variation. So let's quickly take this example so you get to understand joint variation. The question says P varies directly as Q and inversely as R. So the first thing to do is to try to write out what that statement means. So when we say P varies directly as Q, this is what we mean. And inversely as R. It also means that P varies inversely as R. So this is what this statement means. But now I'm going to have to write the both of them together. So it simply is going to be written this way. P varies directly as Q and inversely as R. I remember what we said in the previous videos that this is called the proportionality sign, but you've got to take it off. So we introduce a constant of proportionality. So that's going to give us P equals to Q, K, Q over R. So that's it. Now the question says when Q is 36, P is 27. So I'm going to write 27 equals to K times Q is what? 36. And what about R? R is 16. So with this, we're going to get our value for K. So what I'm simply going to do is to try to split this. 4 goes in 36 9 times. 4 goes here 4 times. So I am going to be left with 27 equals to 9K over 4. Then cross multiplication is going to give me 9K equals to 27 times 4. Now I'm going to have to divide through by the coefficient of K, which is 9. 9 here, 9 here. So this 9 cancel out. 9 here 1, 9 here 3. So K, which is the constant, is simply equal to 3 times 4, which is 12. So that's the value for K. But of course, that's not the final answer. So we're going to write the relationship because the first part of the question says find the relationship between P, Q, R. Now the relationship is simply, of course, remember what I said in the previous video, that the relationship is taken from that. So P equals to K. Now our value for K is 12, so you slot it in. P equals to 12Q over R. So this is the relationship between P, Q, and R. Then the next part of the question says 2. It says find P when Q equals to 3 and R equals to 4. So I'm simply going to use this same relationship. So P, the value for P when Q equals to what? 3. So that's 12 times 3 and R equals to 4. So the value is going to be 4 here 1, 4 here 3. So P is simply equal to 3 times 3, 9. So that is the value for P. Then the next part of the question, the third part, it says find Q when R equals to 8. So we're looking for Q this time. So going back to the relationship, I'm going to make Q the subject of formula, but let me slot in the values first. From the relationship, they said P equals to 3, 3 equals to 12. So we're looking for Q. So I'm going to still leave that. Then R equals to what? 8. So what I'm going to simply do is to break this down. 4 here 2, 4 here 3. So I am left with 3 equals to 3Q all over 2. So I'm simply going to cross multiply. So this is going to be 3Q equals to 2 times 3 is 6. Then I'm going to divide through by the coefficients of 3 of Q, sorry, which is 3. So that's going to be 3 here, 3 here. So this cancel out. So 3 here 1, 3 here 2. So the value for Q would be 2. So that is the answer to this particular question. So very simple. Now we're going to take the second example for today on joint variation. And the question says A varies jointly with B, A varies jointly with B and the square of C. So when A equals to 144, B equals to 4, and C equals to 3. Find A, the relationship between A, B, and C. So let's start. A varies jointly with B and the square of C. So jointly with B. Now, since it wasn't mentioned, so we just simply take it that it's a direct variation. So A varies jointly with B and the square of C. So when A equals to 144, so I'm going to introduce the constant of proportionality first. So when A equals to 144, B equals to 4, and C equals to 3. So 3 squared. Now, they say find the relationship. So we need to look for the value for K. So this is 144 equals to K times 4 times 9. 3 squared is 9. So I'm going to divide through, of course, this is 36, but I can just divide through by 4 times 9, which is 36, of course. So this cancels this cancels this. Then 4 times 9 also, for the sake of simplicity. So 4 here, 1. 4 in 14 is 3 times. In 24, 8. Yep. Then 9 here. Um, yeah. Oh, 4 in 24 is 6, sorry. So 9 here is 1. 9 times 4 is 36. So the value for K is 4. So K is 4. Now, we need to write the relationship between A, B, and C. So the relationship between A, B, and C is simply from this. A equals to 4BC squared. So that is the first part of the question, the relationship between A, B, and C. Then the next part of the question says, find A when B equals to 6. So we're looking for A when B equals to 6 and C equals to 4. So from here, A equals to 4 times B is what? 6. And then C is 4. So 4 squared. So this is going to simply give me 4 times 6 times 16. 4 times 6 times 16. What that simply is going to give us is 4 times, okay, that's going to give us, let me see, 384. So A is simply 384. So that is the value. Then the third part, sorry, of the question says, let me come over here. The third part of the question says, find C when A equals 500 and B equals 5. So I'm going to go back to the relationship again. Remember the relationship, this. So A is 500, K is 12, B is 5, and C is what we're looking for, though this is squared. So what I'm simply going to do is to, of course, just divide through by 12 times 5 is 60. So, but let's just do it this way. They cancel out each other. So 12 times 5. So, of course, 5 goes into this 100 times. 5 goes into this 100 times. So I have 100 divided by 12. So this simply means that C squared equals to 100 divided by 12. Yeah. Now, we need to get the value for C. Okay, let me break this down further. Sorry. 2 here, or 4 here is 25. 4 here is 3. Now, 25 divided by 3 is simply going to give me 8.333 and so on. So for me, I'm looking for c and not c squared. So I'm just simply going to take the square root of both sides. The square root of both sides. At the end of the day, this cancels out. So c is simply going to be 2.8809, blah, blah, blah. Now I can just simply pick out 2.9 when I approximate to the nearest one decimal place. So that is the final answer. Thank you.